Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grassy Run Farms Milltona 50, the biggest race of the D&Q Karting Series season. We're here at the Millbridge Speedway in Salisbury, North Carolina, where the world's best kart racers have gathered to compete for glory, honor, and the chance to make history. This is the first race of the season, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Over 100 entries have been received, and the competition is fierce. Some drivers will fail to make some of the features for tonight's race, while others will go on to compete for the coveted Milltona Trophy. Down here, last year's champion in the Escape Pool Cup Series, Chris Bailey. Chris, you won that championship by 2 points over Mike Rout.
Yes,
and man, that was so much fun to watch last year, but that was last year.
Right.
This year's Milltona 50 starting the season off. We should have done it in the winter, but now we're here in the late of March. How do you feel like your chances will be for this year? And not much has changed. The dirt's changed, but the competition's changed. And have you changed anything since last year?
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of work in the off season, looking at different things and trying some pretty radically different stuff on the go-kart setup for this year to help kind of settle it down, ride bumps better when it does get a little bit bumpy out there. So looking forward to it, looking forward to good results. Hopefully we can defend that championship.
Yeah, and you got a lot of competition. Everywhere I look, there's more Cup carts coming into the series. 50 laps tonight, a very physically demanding race. We've been through this a couple times. What are your expectations for tonight's race, and what are you looking for in practice?
Yeah, in practice, I mean, basically get good balance because it's going to be a long race, and hopefully not a ton of cautions, but I know there's going to be there's going to be a few anyway. But, I'm going to try to set up for the long run like I normally do, and be there at the end, not really just burn up tires in the early.
And you talk about last year, there'd be races that you'd win races and then you'd be like 10th. So is it just that competition is that much different, or is the track changing so much?
Well, the track changed, and then I have two carts, and this is the one I ran the last couple times I didn't run real well on. And I'm dedicated to running this one this year, and it was just a matter of the cart's just a little bit different. And like I said, I tried some different things on this one, and I'm trying to iron them out. And I know once it gets ironed out, it's going to be way better. And because, Adam's good about jumping out real fast, real quick, and so that's what I'm working towards. And, the last race, we ran second there for a while, and then had that caution, then just the track it just got too cold, and go-kart was done. So, but I'm looking forward to this year, and I think we got something for him this year.
Chris Bailey looking to be the third two-time Cup Series champion. Well, sponsorship's a big deal in the D&Q Karting Series.
It is. Here we see Yum Yum get you some beef tips mobile. Got Dano's seasoning on the side of that thing.
Hunt Brothers Pizza stepping up with some sponsorship, getting some wind tunnel time from Mark Ellis.
Yeah, and that's always a big part here. We got Nitro Manufacturing on Mobax's cart, and then Toyota sponsors the Millbridge House Cart. Let's go down and talk to Jeremy Murphy, who's looking for some sponsorship himself and a good start to the season. I'm down here with a driver that has had so much momentum at the end of the 2022 season. He didn't want to see it end. That's Jeremy Murphy. Started figuring a lot of stuff out at the end of last year. Now we've had all this downtime. Everybody's had a lot of drinks in their garage, drunk, doing setup stuff they want to do. Do you feel like you still have that momentum from the end of the year last year?
Yeah, we got out here and tested early December there or January, and actually showed a lot of speed, learned even more there. So we're really hoping what we got will actually turn out good today, and be able to keep our momentum going, and hopefully top 5, maybe a win. But we're looking to have a good week, and hopefully a really good season.
Now, we got guys declaring for what series they want to run this year. So it's always a guessing game on who's going to run what series. What series did you sign in for, Busch or Pro Cup?
Busch. I like to stick with what I was running. Like a lot of the guys I was running against. And it's nice knowing what you're running with compared to not. So, how they race, clean, dirty, or, this mix of how they run. So...
Yeah, so an expectation tonight would be a top 5 finish for you here tonight, I'm guessing, right?
Yep, I'm hoping top 5, and anything above that is icing on the cake.
Jeremy Murphy hoping to carry that momentum from last year into this 2023 season. The SRI Pole Award given out to the fastest qualifier for tonight's Carolina Racing Supply Pole Award goes to Blaine Donahue. We'll start on the front row with Jonathan Stewart on the outside pole.
Row number 2, Dan Morath and Zach Campolonia.
Row 3, we got Charlie Furman and Isaac Harris making up the third row.
Row 4, Flying Ryan Ayers and Cody DeMarbles.
Row number 6, Casey Kane and John Henning.
My boy Brian Shaw and Leland Lambert making another return to the D&Q series.
Ryan Vargas and Matt Perry in the next row.
Levi Holt and Steven Tatujas.
And then we got the Ms. Bad Kitty herself, Jan Welch, and Casey Heschel.
Tristan Bruce and Elaine Hughes will round out the field for tonight's Carolina Racing Supply Dash Series. I want to thank Carolina Racing Supply for jumping on board to the Dash Series this season. And very exciting. We had a B main in this class, and let's take a look at the info for this year's Dash Series. So check out the carts. 390 stock per their small tires all the way around, and the gear rules change this year to per driver weight. So you're allowed to run different gears for the ones who are chonky. Woo! One in-cart camera for tonight, and that is sponsored by Avenger one-man cart stands. Casey Heschel will have that in-cart camera for tonight. I want to thank Avenger for coming on board to sponsor the in-cart cameras for the 2023 season. Guys, it's been a long off season, and we're ready to get after it here by firing off this Dash Series feature.
Yep, I just cracked a couple fresh PBRs, and I'm ready to rip. Let's get it up top.
All right, here we go, guys. Coming off of turn 4, Blaine Donahue is going to lead the field to the green flag, and he gets the jump. We're underway for the 2023 season, and he's already thrown a chopper there on top of Zach Campolonia. As I head down the back stretch, we've got a complete disaster.
Oh, yeah, we do. Bobby Showtime takes the lead there, going 3 wide from the second row, able to make it stick, and maybe pulls out a car length on the field. That clean air is going to do him some good.
Yeah, a little rusty in the booth here this night, and a little rusty going into turn 1 as we're on board here with Casey Heschel taking some time out of the media game to hone his craft. As he's in the hornet's nest here, if he's not careful, he'll have to load a broken go-kart up in that Avengers kart stand and haul it home by himself.
Yeah, him racing there with Steven Tauges throws the right front fender in there. He gave him the sorry bro hand movement there, which we've seen plenty of times at kart racing. That makes it totally okay, doesn't it, Jason?
Absolutely. Instantly forgiven. Definitely won't have angry drunk people waiting in your trailer for you when you get out of the go-kart.
Yeah, we either see the, oh, hey, sorry, bro, hand wave, or like the instant finger. Like, those are your two options in DNQ.
Absolutely no in between. Zach Campolonia is now leading the field, and what I want to point out is we have these guys in the top 3 have not won a race at all in their careers, and now they're up there battling for a win here tonight with Robert Showalter being out of the field and letting Zach drive that cart as we have a spin off of turn number 4 or off of turn number 3. Not really sure who that is, but tough break for them in the 5 cart. As we're going to go back green on this restart, we're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. And Jay-Z, these are the crazy restarts that we wanted to show everybody with Casey Heschel.
Absolutely. This is what the fans pay their money to see. They're 4 bush lights or 4 PBRs deep, and they're ready to see this action. We're 2-3 wide. They're trying to sort it out coming off at 2. The thing to remember if you're watching at home here is turn 2 gets real narrow real quick. That track may be 15, 20 feet wide, but that groove narrows real quick, and you'll find yourself using up someone's side panel there to try to make it pass.
Yeah, it looks like the bottom is not the fast lane right now as Casey Heschel got passed on the outside, but dives it back down. There you see that momentum, that big run from the top, that hot fart that we talk about all the time, with that momentum going back past KC on the outside.
Yeah, if you get up top, sometimes you get a case of the runs just like eating Papa John's on a Sunday morning. And you put some of that garlic sauce on there, and they'll give you the case of the runs, and that's what we're seeing here with these guys running these high lines as we're watching on the left side is going to go now full screen as Jonathan Stewart, the Amish running back, has made his way up to second with Blaine Donahue and Isaac Harris. And Dan Marak rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, Isaac Harris is pretty impressive tonight as he's fighting with Marak there on the inside. I think this track, if the top gets used, may take a sip of Bud Light and slowly transition back to the bottom here. We'll have to see what each lap does as it goes by here. We chronicle the transition of the track, but good for Isaac Hayes showing up and giving these old graybeards a run for their money.
Now, Bill, I do want to point out that a bunch of new dirt was put on top of this surface, so it may appear the same, but underneath it's really not the same.
Yeah, you can't. Sometimes the beauty is only surface deep, if you know what I mean. But once you get down and dig down, you can see what we're actually working with here. So that bottom, as that track gets ripped up, we get to see what's actually underneath and what the track is really like. And sometimes you got to leave the lights off as we go on board here with Casey Heschel again, just so you don't scare yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if we dig up some of this top layer of dirt, you'd be really surprised sometimes to find what's under that. And, sometimes we'll see a lot of the Hoosier rubber from the micros, but you never know what you're going to find when you go down.
It's tough. It'll get to be like 2 a.m. You're the last race of the night. You know what I mean? You're just desperate to go home with anything at that point in time. So you glance at the track. It seems like it's good. So you get out there and the lights are on, and all of a sudden you realize you made a terrible mistake, and you got to wholesale your shit and try to flip sides basically to try to make it work. And sometimes some people can't just get themselves to make it work.
Zach Campologna is making it work in the Showtime machine. He is looking for his first victory of his career. He's come close quite a few times, but he has straight goose-stepped past the field here, and he's got a hefty lead there, Bill.
Yeah, let's hope that thing's legal. Bobby Showtime, he plays the 50-50 game. He's gotten hit a couple of times in the tech shed, but makes it through more often than not. So let's hope that 5 car, it's gonna sail right through that tech shed and get Zach Campologna his first win.
Yeah, you can tell that car's set up right. That set it takes in turn 1 is right at 5 to go caution. And that's Jonathan Stewart taking the inside. We'll see how this plays out for him. Campologna on the outside as they're getting to Kyle's box. The hammer's down, and we're here to finish this race with some excitement, gents.
Blaine Donahue on the inside, Campologna on the outside. Here comes Jonathan Stewart. I was surprised he took the top there, but it's going to work out for him.
Yeah, we talked about that big run earlier. We were on board with Casey Heschel when he got passed on the outside. As we got one.
Oh my gosh. We stay green. Absolutely.
Yeah,
The track cleared itself. Isaac Harris slides into third as Donahue and Campologna are going to battle it out. One of these guys may get their first win.
Or they'll both fuck it up. We've seen that before many times here in DNQ as Dan Marak's trying to get his first win too. He's trying to make it stick on the bottom.
Donahue to the inside of Campologna. Can't quite make the pass. He's going to probably take another last-ditch effort here. Can't get to that back bumper. White flag out. One more to go.
Donahue, full cart length back, can't really do anything with him. Gets a little bit of a fart on the top here. Coming into 3, looks to the inside of the left rear. Lap traffic in the way, nothing doing. Campologna's your winner.
Down here on the front straightaway with your winner, Zach Campologna, looking like the fastest homeless man within a 100-mile radius. This thing was tuned up tonight. I mean, the late race cautions, you really gotta figure it out here in these races, but you're able to hang on.
Yeah, for sure. This thing had really good long run speed. First and foremost, I want to thank Rob Showtime. He's helped me throughout the past couple years. For him, Connorino, I mean, everyone else that helps me out. Thank you. Race City Garage Doors, thank them for coming on board this year with the Dash and Pro Cup deal. Thank my mom, my grandmother. My grandma's not doing too good. She's in the hospital, so this one goes for her. So good hard win and about time.
It is about time for Cowabunga. This one's for Granny. What do you say, Millbridge? Blaine Donahue, P2. You gave it a run. What more did you need? You got to his bumper. What more did you need?
I think we were gear bound. We didn't have enough for Zach. He was really good on long runs, and I thought we had him on the restart, but I mean, I should have backed my corner up just a little bit, and I think we could have had him, but just thanks to all the fans coming out. So good. It was a good night. So
good night, P2 for Blaine Donahue. Comes out of here with a clean race car. It's good.
Yeah.
These guys look like Isaac Harris, P3. Not a bad night. Had to scrap all night for it though.
Oh yeah, we didn't really unload it at all since last race, and I hooked up this morning and I was like, well, we might as well go. So we come down here and gave it all we had, and I think we had a little bit more. I didn't really figure it out there till the last couple of laps, so we'll be back better next time.
He's ready to come back already, guys. Good P3 run in the season opener here for the Dash Series for Isaac Harris.
SRI Pole Award given out to the fastest qualifier, and that is Anthony Kidwell for the Nowhere.US Bush Series. He will start in the front row with Jeremy Murphy on the outside row.
Row number 2, TJ Cannon and Brian Shaw.
Row 3, Andrew Hallen, Damian Jakes in the 66.
Michael Reimer and Thomas Markham, Team Aviator in the next row.
Row number 6, Ethan Landers and Alex Lacagnata.
The next row, Sam Guttis and Will Monroe.
Tristan Bruce, Carson Ferguson will be the next 2.
Fastest PR guy in DNQ, Leighton Sybil and Travis something or other. I missed his name.
Austin O'Shilds and Jason Campbell.
Phil Abramo, Tyler Lau in the next row.
Tyler Deering.
Sure.
Tyler Young.
This is a Bush Nowhere.us Bush Series 390 stock Predator. Big tires on the right, small tires on the left. Here we go. Green flag is out, and Kidwell, who won the last national championship race, had a lot of momentum going into this offseason, and looks like he is keeping that up right here in the Bush Series as he's firing off in the lead.
Yeah, he is. It looks like they did their homework over the winter. We know that that whole team was really working on their stuff mid to end of last year, really paid off for them. And, here it goes. They're starting the beginning of the year strong. But why don't you tell us a little bit about Nowhere.us?
Nowhere.us is a oil company, and they do take care of your engines by giving you oil that helps you with wear on your engines. So whether it's gears, transmissions, or engines, Nowhere.us will supply you with what you need. And right now, what some of these guys need is a stronger front bumper, because watch out Alex Lacagnata. He is plowing through some of them here, and your past national champion, who just came out of nowhere really at the end of last year and got the momentum, is struggling a little bit with this new dirt that we talked about earlier.
It takes a while for the track to take a set. No matter how much of the same clay from the same core you may dump on it, it's going to have some different characteristics until it really gets run in. So the notebook you had last year, especially these adverse weather conditions early in the season, it's going to be tough unless you're Kidwell and you make it look really freaking easy. But that's what a new $2 million setup plate does for you in the garage.
6 career wins. He's 13th all-time on the all-time wins list, and he's the 2021 Busch Series champion. Looking to repeat that this year, and man, if I'm at the mid-pack of this field, I'm worried about what I'm seeing with this. And we know we had a preseason Thunder test this winter with the new dirt. And, man, he was fast. And Jeremy Murphy, who we talked to earlier, was fast as well, and he's running third.
Yeah, that testing session really helped some of these guys get their setups tuned in. We talked about that $2 million setup plate earlier. It doesn't matter how fancy your tools are, what kind of Bonson or Snap-on tools you got in your box. But if you're not putting the right wheel spacer on there or putting the right camber shim in there, it doesn't really matter. But Kidwell, he's – whoa! We got one around.
Bump, bump.
Kidwell was
Bump,
able
bump,
to put
bump.
it all together.
Bump, bump. Move. Get out the way. Yeah, he let the lap car have it. He had too big of a lead. He had to bring the caution out. Go back green. Kidwell leading. Murphy on the inside row with Brian Shaw on the outside, and Alex Lacagnata throwing a sidebar.
It didn't take Lacagnata long to get up there. I mean, he's using up some side panels. He's going to have to change out the right side of that body before the night's over. But he's made some steady progress. He's knocking on the door of the top 5. Was sort of 3 wide through 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's still using it up. You can see him coming off of 4 there. But, man, it's tough here in this Nowhere.us Busch Series. I mean, these guys got to fight. I mean, everybody's so even. You just got to start rooting and gouging there just to make a position.
Yeah, some of these guys are a little more polite.
This level of competition, people are fighting for... Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, some of these guys are a little more polite than others. Lacagnata doesn't have any friends to begin with, so he doesn't have any to lose. He's just making his way up through this field, picking off those 1s and 2s, and he's 1 spot away from being on the podium.
And for the novice people at home watching, you got to remember, the guy that has a huge lead may only have 2 or 3 tenths on the entire field. The rest of the pack is fighting for a half a tenth, so it's really close, very competitive racing. There's a wait list of top drivers from NASCAR and IndyCar that want to come and get into DNQ and show what they can do. But there's only so many spots and so much sponsorship to go around. Like Hunt Brothers doesn't have an unlimited budget. You know what I mean? So the fact that Kidwell can find those 2 tenths speaks a lot to his driving prowess.
Yeah, and anytime that you can get on track with new dirt and get some on-track times, so you get your aero right, get your setup right, and it looks like, man, for him, this is lights out, as he is just absolutely hammering it to him. But we do have the 5 to go caution, Bill, and we've seen that play out many a times as he passes a cart with a lot of aero stuff on it in the back. So we know you got to have your stuff right.
Yeah, that's for sure. Kidwell Performance Group, they've got a problem of too many good people in their stable fighting for too few carts. And Anthony Kidwell already a champion, 13th all time in DNQ wins. They've got the best already, and they're putting it to good use. So some of the guys at the bottom of the Kidwell camp, they're taking lessons from Anthony. So maybe watch that camp in a few years as they grow and see if they become the powerhouse half the field like we see in other series.
5 to go caution. See on this restart what happens. Kidwell chose the bottom. He's going to sneak out of there as La Canada gives Jeremy Murphy the bumper. And doesn't quite settle into the top 3, but he's going to make it work as it's 3 wide back here on that 5 to go caution, which is aggressive racing like we always see.
Sure is. It's time to go, and track looks good. Definitely juiced up. You can make 3 wide stick. They're as close as they've been to Kidwell trying to get that top spot away, but right now the battle is for, what is that, 10th?
Yeah, we've got Moonhead and Leighton Sibley. I mean, 2 amazing drivers just don't have it tonight, but they're back there running for 13th, getting after it. As we're watching Anthony Kidwell lead Brian Shaw as they come to the white flag, and it's probably not going to be a surprise here that Anthony Kidwell is going to continue the momentum that he had at the end of 2022. Coming out of 4, he is going to win the first Nowhere.US Busch Series race and put himself in the win column as the rest of these guys. My goodness.
Anthony Kidwell down here in victory lane after dominating wire to wire. Anthony, it's got to feel good coming out here at the season opener and putting a stomping on him like that.
Yeah, we put the work in at the shop and we get the results at the track. So, I mean, you just can't ask for a better night.
I got you. I mean, who do you got to thank on this thing? It was lights out from the jump.
Everybody in the KPG camp, John Kinder, Jim Kinder, my dad, Mark, Johnny, we all put a team effort in.
Well, he doesn't look excited, but he's P1 and he's getting some Busch beer. So how could you not be excited? Anthony Kidwell, your winner in the Busch Series. P12 coming to 1 to go, somehow ended up on the podium. What happened? I didn't even watch it, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I stuck it on the bottom of 3 wide and it stuck, so turned out pretty good. But, we struggled being free all night and just never really could get it to tighten up, but it was there at the end.
You could do more than whisper, right? I mean, we are outside. You can use your outside voice?
A little bit.
Okay. He's a little quiet. P3 for Michael Reimer.
Fit Stop Performance USAC Series SRI Pole Award goes to Stephen Broy, who we talked to earlier.
Get the fuck out of here. Look at Stephen Broy sitting up front.
On the outside poles, Mike Connorino. Broy's getting after it. Full factory support.
Row number 2, Charlie Kingpin, and second fastest tire guy, Todd Chapin.
Row 3, Dirty Durgan and Steven Tautuches.
The Bad Kitty and Moback.
Brett Cruz and Dustin Cage.
Mike Melton and Cody Sauls in the 22.
Bob Weidman and Rob Bates.
Row number 6, Zach Thompson and Nate Voss.
Becky Hershow making another start, and our fan favorite, David Crops.
A rare back-of-the-field start for Kyle Beatty and Phil Bramo will round out the field. Want to thank Pit Stop Performance for their sponsorship of the USAC Series once again for 2023. Let's check out the series info. 425 NK AKRA clone engines, champ, buggy, box stock chassis, got to be solid cages. Aero rules are open. And Bill, I know how much you love the aero rules being
I
applied.
love watching these clowns think they're doing fun shit with aero and just have no idea what's going on. Here we go. Green flag's out.
Well, Steven,
What was that?
who knows?
It sounded like you gotta shake your pants.
Well, Stephen Broy has had so much speed. Started on the pole for tonight's race. He's been fast in the other buggy classes on Wednesday nights as he's fighting Mike Contarino. We caught up with him earlier before this race and had a little interview.
We're just getting straight up factory support at this point, so he's helping out every night with that and just getting ready to go kick butt again tonight.
Yeah, and we've seen that you've been part of teardown a lot. People start protesting tires and engines. That's got to feel good for you, don't it?
Yeah, it does. And if it winds up in the tech shed again tonight, we'll just come back like it's been every other night. Now that we got some speed in the thing, it's just got to go out and maximize points and win. So
Good to hear from Stephen Broy as the caution is out. We got two stoved up here in the corner. That is Mickey Harshaw and Rob Bates. Let's see what happened. Sure. That's a great view of what just happened. Awesome editing. Great editing. There you go. Green flag back underway. Got Tauges. Turned. He got turned. Steven Tauges on the outside row doing very well. And Jay-Z, what I've noticed is SKE's lost a little bit of a step to Kinder Performance Group this year.
Yeah, there was a little bit of an adjustment to the rule book over the off-season concerning additives and lubricants. And ever since that rule change, SKE seems to be lacking pure pace at the moment. So I'll leave that to you guys to decide what that means, but it looks like they have a little bit more catch-up to do since Steven Tautuges is kicking.
Well, we talked about transitioning. We talked about transitioning earlier, and basically all DNQ did was say, you know, if you're gonna play a woman's sport, you need to be a woman. And SKE fell to the bat. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I think sometimes when you have such an advantage, as we watch the restart, when you have such an advantage, and that almost becomes a crutch, and then the other guys are working hard to keep up to you, and when that crutch gets taken away, you have trouble walking. And I think that's what we're seeing a little bit right now from that group. But if I know anything about SKE, they're going to work just as hard as Kinder did last year and that group, and they'll be right up there battling once again here. Not too long from now, as we're watching Steven Tauges have a great run, Contarino doing well, and also is Bob Weidman. And these guys are doing a great job, which has closed the gap a little bit, Jay-Z, in the competition. I mean, it was usually KPG or SKE. It was one of the two. And now we're seeing some open charter teams get in here and mix it up. And another caution is out. Moback.
They can't all have talent, Bob.
What's he got? Like,
yeah, Moback.
Does he have a roof on that thing? Almost?
Pretty close, but it didn't stop him from hitting
because he
Mike
can't see.
So, well, he's only got half the roof. It's whatever you call it, hatchback. All right. Oh, wow. Brent Cruz threw it in there. Man, made it 3 wide on Kyle Beatty or Charlie Kingan. Not sure which one that is. Kingan was another one who made the move to SKE this year. He's driving an SKE piece, so he's joined the dark side as well, doing some factory support. Steven Tauges having... Charlie Kingan.
Weidman tried to get him killed, man.
Yeah, that was tough. Charlie Kingan.
Try to kill my boy.
Kingan went for a flip here. Weidman got him, and Kingan just whiskey throttled that thing up and over. Just panic throttle right here. Dump the clutch. It's all right. We got cages. That was like a slow mount. All right.
That's my specialty.
Steven Tauges, Mike Contarino, and Brent Cruz, your top 3. Brent Cruz going to be a household name here in a couple years. The kid's very talented. Glad to see him finally step it up and come in here and race D&Q in the Millbridge house card.
Kid's 15 years old, put it in a show at Chili Bowl first try. Crazy. Kid's so good. He's been running a bunch of that TA2 Trans Am stuff too, and doing really, really well. Got a couple wins under his belt. Yeah, definitely a talent. Trying his luck here in DNQ. Not quite good enough yet, but maybe one day he'll get there.
Well, he is driving Jeremy's shitbox. You gotta think about that. That is the Millbridge house cart. So for that thing, and he's, if you really think about it, he's probably 30 counts off of the field, and Jeremy's going to hang me for this, and probably down 2 or 3 horsepower. So he's doing a great job. Jeremy's, I don't even know if Jeremy watches it, but he's like, dude, what are you talking crap about my ride for?
Doesn't even know what setup it is. Doesn't even own a set of scales. Yeah.
I'll totally drive it if you need me to, Jeremy. As we're watching Brent Cruz do the best out of anybody that's ever been in that thing. Doing a great job. Philip Rambo there, all the way up there. He's going to go ahead and make the move on Brent Cruz. Great move for him on this DNQ rookie, having a good run tonight in that 18 car.
He found the loud pedal. He called in. There was a very low weight in line. Pressed 1 for support and got right through to the front. Good for him. He's put on the show. But I don't know if anyone can catch Stephen Broyd tonight. Dude is hooked up.
Yeah, we saw that at the end of last year, got his first win, and now all of a sudden the floodgates open, and I'm not so sure John Kinder ever thought that Stephen Broyd would be his number 1 driver, but here he is tonight, just straight up getting it done. And that's just seat time, man.
It wasn't just John Kinder thinking.
Here it is, our 5 to go. We'll see what happens here. Can Broyd get his second DNQ win? They stack up on the restart as we go green. The Contarino's going to make a move on him as Todd Chafee joins the chat. He's going to be in third.
Todd Chafee making moves, trying to get up there. He's been slowly working his way. Oh, Broyd gets fed right front. Chafee now taking the lead.
A lot of domestic violence going on in the back of this field here with that 5 to go restart. Looked like Contarino tried to cross him over, got it a little too hot. And Chafee skates away with the lead of a Weidman. And wow, we've got one down in the infield. The bad kitty Adam Welsh goes around. We stay green. Chafee stays your leader. Weidman second. Contarino third. As we only have a few laps to go.
Oh, poor Stephen Broyd. It's like he took an elevator ride with Ray Allen. Just got the crap kicked out of him for no reason. Hope he can make it back to the front.
White flag is out as Adam Welsh is going to limp it around in the back of the field. But Todd Chafee, somebody we haven't seen win a DNQ race yet, is going to be your second DNQ first-time winner of the night as he's going to take the Pit Stop Performance USAC feature.
Well, that was peak USAC if I've ever seen it. Todd Chafee run about P5 all night. Floodgates opened up, and you got the lead, man. Talk about it.
Once the tires came in, I was able to get on the high side and start working my way one by one. They were driving pretty dirty out there for a while, so fortunately for me, I was able to pick up a couple extra spots. I feel bad for Steven. I just drive his carts for him, and he kind of got screwed over by the 18, just bulldozing him. But I can't thank my sponsors enough. One Stop Auto, Proline, and the Arlington at 501.
Well, nice victory to open up the season here for Todd Chafee. I've always just said Chafee because it's easier, and it's DNQ, so who really cares? Did you put yourself to the back after you wrecked half the field there? We were trying to tell you to go back to third, and then you just were like, nah.
They told me on the radio, go to the back, so I went to the back, and it worked out for us. I mean, we're back up in second here, but had some misfortune, someone coming across my nose there. Nothing much I could do, but we made the best of it.
It's never your fault, right? Never?
I was in the berm. There's not much I could do. I was coming.
You know whose fault it was? It was Alex Kirk's fault. It's always Alex Kirk's fault. But a P2, we'll give Alex a little credit on the P2 at least. All right. Good job there, Bobby Weidman. Well, they're talking. Mouths are running over here. Stephen Broyd dominated the whole thing. Looks like you got Contarino'd from my perspective. Is that pretty much what you saw too?
Fuck yes, it is. I am fucking fed up with them. I get tore up by them every damn week, and it's just getting tired of it. So, and that's just the way it is. So, I don't care.
Well, we apologize for the language, but We're probably going to need security to Contarino's pit like yesterday. They parked right next to each other, so the cameraman is going that way now. I'm going to go up to the tower, and I'm going to watch from my binoculars.
Ready? Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup Series. The Iceman on the pole. Mini Kimi Räikkönen. With Ben Murphy in the Danos machine. Yum, get you some on the outside pole.
Row number 2, crossfed Craig Smith. Wait, row number 2, crossfed Craig Smith?
Alex Kirk, an old Gold Cup competitor, and whoever that was on the outside of him.
Man, we're trying to keep up here with the starting lineup, but it's going too fast. What happens is when the drinks go down fast, the lineup speeds up. So we apologize. Can't get your names out here. But this is our starting lineup for the Auto Lube and Repair Pro Cup Series. And what a star-studded event this is going to be tonight. And here the last 4 guys are our transfers from the B main: Daniel Dye, Ron Shute, Zach Smith, and Duncan Allen. Thank you for transferring into the A main tonight as we look at the Pro Cup Series. Yep, maybe. And here we go. We've got the gear rules, same thing as the Busch Series as well. And star-studded event here tonight. And the Busch Series had a full field. We sent some home here in the Pro Cup Series. Ben Murphy in the Beef Tips machine has the Avenger cart stands, electric one-man cart stands, in-cart camera tonight. Interested to see what comes out of that one. Beef Tips prepared machine. They're fast. Outside pole for tonight's event. They were fast in testing as well, like we talked again about the new dirt on the track. We've mentioned it 800 times as they take the green, as the Iceman is going to take the green flag. And man, Pro Cup, Busch, all these fields, star-studded and stacked tonight, JZ. It's really good to see the health of this series and Millbridge Speedway.
Yeah, the whole region, the whole Southeast understands the level of competition all throughout D&Q. Even USAC has got a full field tonight as we're 3 and 4 wide in turns 1 and 2. We got the Iceman fighting for the lead going into 3. Just another example of the great competition that people want to compete against here in the D&Q series.
So we go side by side. We're going to go on board with Ben Murphy in the Danos Danos machine, the Avenger kart stand in-cart camera, as he is just getting fed by Johnny Kidwell, who started towards the back of this race, but it's not taking long for him to get up towards the front.
Yeah, Kidwell, I mean, he's run good last couple years. I mean, his brother won a race earlier tonight, and it's not surprising at all to see him go after Kimi.
You know what's funny to me is you see guys like Ryan Ayers, start of the year, junk, finished 15th, 20th, as we're watching Kidwell battle for the lead, and then we get into the summer. And then Ayers gets faster, Kidwell falls off a little bit towards the end of the year. It's just crazy how much this field changes as the Iceman and Kidwell are battling it out with the Iceman's teammate, Matt Noyce, in third.
Yeah, when the dirt's brand new like this and the temperature's still cool, you don't get that Monster Energy Ultra Black groove building up. The rubber doesn't really go down, right? That track stays juiced, as Bill was saying earlier this evening. And the track does not change a whole lot over the course of the night. So if one of your teammates and one of the drivers in Kinder Performance finds the right pressures, maybe the right sight pattern, something like that, they can apply it to the rest of their team, and they'll find speed during a track like this. During the summer, track's wet to start off with, dries out, big transition, right? Like a big city in a blue state. Tons of transitioning happening all over the place. But in these early months and then late in the year, not much transitioning, fairly steady like the NBA should be.
Yeah, and I mean, we're talking 2016 Trump era, not a lot of transitioning right now. And, now we're seeing, in the summer, we're going to see a lot of Biden transitioning. And that's a lot for a racetrack to go through. Caution is out. We've got one spun around in 3. That is Jay Zarapata, who spins. Let's see what happened there. Yep, there they go. Right on. Okay.
Zarapata is one of those guys that I'm hoping steps up this season. He's been with D&Q for a while. He's had a few strong runs with all the laps under his belt. You just hope that sponsorship comes through, gets him the piece of equipment he needs to put himself up front, because He's got the experience. I think he's got some talent. We just got to get him in the right equipment as the Iceman gets it back underneath Kidwell, and he's fighting for the lead.
Alex Kirk up to third, the Racing Electronics machine, number 18 there. He's decided to run full-time this year, and he's doing a great job as well as we go on board. In the Danos machine and the Avenger kart stands in-car camera of Ben Murphy, and man, he's doing great, running top 5 still.
Yeah, Murphy started out in the top 2 trying to make moves.
Alex
and fell back a little bit as we see him try to get underneath the 18 machine, put himself back into the top 5 as he gets RuPaul'd, crossed over right there, and falls back to 6th place. So keep your eye on that Danos machine for later.
Yeah, I want to shine the spotlight on Alex Kirk here as Kidwell is really starting to stretch out a lead here. Iceman was good for the first couple laps, but Ellis is just putting a hurting on him now. Alex Kirk is to D&Q the way Alex Bragg is to charging Trump with like some made-up bullshit. The dude has been a racer his whole life. He's ready to go. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of laps in sprint kart racing and some dirt kart racing. We got one around in 3 and 4. I'm expecting him to shine here this season in D&Q.
81 machine of Mason Rowan goes for a spin there off of 3 and 4. And, oh, yeah, just straight up dumped. Yep. That was a good one. Really good one. When they turn right like that, they meant it.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, yep.
Like when Denny Hamlin dumped J.J. Yaley.
Yeah, and then said it wasn't on purpose, but said the other one. I'm confused. I don't know. You gotta watch. You really gotta watch. It's wow. Speaking of watching, Eric Yost and Skippy Craig Smith there getting after it a little bit. Little rooting and gouging here in the Pro Cup Series. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, what happened to?
Gotta thank Auto Lube.
Did he get some technical support?
Oh, no, he's in
there. Is he?
Yeah, he's in the Slip Rod Restos camp. He's doing great.
Look,
got a little bit of sponsorship there. Slip Rod Restos. Him, Zarapata, and Ray Thies all work together, so they have their cart set up as Teasley tries to set him a left rear. Ben Murphy falling faster than Trump's numbers there in a couple years ago. So caution is out, 5 to go. Let's see what happens here. See if Kidwell can finish this thing, or the Iceman's got something for him. Matt Noyce. Daniel Dye up there doing a great job. He had start shotgun on the field, transferred from the B main, and here he is in the top 10. Oh, yeah. Alex Kirk on the Iceman's bumper, moves him up the track. Dylan Teasley. And Duncan Allen really wanted to feel the dirt, so he's going to go ahead and lay on it. Let's take a look at that again.
Junked.
This is what Rick Allen likes to call the accordion effect.
Straight into the side.
Nowhere to go. Yeah,
he got the jab.
He got mRNA to fucking high hell.
Teasley got the jab right there. Look at all the hands going up. Just push me, bro. Green flag. Bro, do you even push? There we go. Iceman feeds the right front to the left rear of Kidwell. Can he make it happen here? His teammate can't get down to push him. It's every man for themselves. Screw the teammates. It's all about the one driver trying to make it happen. Now they're teamed up, but it's too late to push Kidwell out to the front.
Kidwell's been having that speed all race. Now he's got that clean air, and he's walking away from the Iceman. You know, we still got that 5 to go caution, so anything can happen. Now that those teammates are packed up together, we'll see if they work together later as we... Never mind, I don't know what lap it is. It's the white flag, and Kidwell's got to make it through 3 and 4, and Kidwell's going to take the win.
Well, second Kidwell I'm talking to here this evening. Started, P9? And you were going for the lead on lap 6. So this thing was hooked up. Had to fight for it, though. Once you got the lead, you checked out.
Yeah, it took a couple laps for the cart to set down. I was really worried on the restart, especially with the 5 to go. I've been screwed so many times on the 5 to go. But, it was I I knew I had to get up there and I had to get up there fast because this racing here, everybody's so even, or you're running side by side, it slows you down. So it takes 4 or 5 laps to get your speed back up. So I'm real happy. This KPG Katana was flying, and I can't thank John and Jim Kinder enough, and my brother for letting me use his Pro Cup tires. So, or excuse me, his Busch tires. But I just thank you everybody. Helps us, and Eddie for doing the D&Q series. Stuff's a blast for us guys on the weekday. So, like I said, thank you KPG, John, Jim Kinder. Katana was ripping tonight, and try to keep momentum rolling.
Well, is it a coincidence that the same tires have gone to victory lane twice? I don't know. I might have to go sniff them things. You know what I'm saying? All right. Just kidding. Johnny Kidwell. I'm probably not kidding. In victory lane. As I call him, Cole Trickle, because I can't say your last name. I'm going to say Ignazuski?
Ignazuski.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was way off. Cole Trickle,
Yep.
P2. I was dreading the day that I ever had to interview you because you're just going to be Cole Trickle. Yep. So you had to fight there for P2, but it was a good race.
Yeah, he was definitely quick, and we put on a heck of a show. It was fun racing him. I'm just happy with the second place finish, the second year. Here at MRN Motorsports have been racing out here. And Matt Noyes, who finished third here, he put in a heck of a lot of work this off season to make our program better, and it's paying off already. So I'm looking forward to this year for sure.
Well, his last name looks like an eye chart, and he finished in the money, so it's not a bad night. Matt Noyes with a Noyes run. How many times have you heard that in your lifetime? P3. I feel like this is your first podium.
No, I won the ARCA race last year, the first one we had out here. It was a wet and sloppy, just kind of like this was tonight, so we kind of thought it'd be good with it. And I'm just happy Iggy got second. I got to push him around, try to get him a win, but 1 spot short for him and 2 spots short for me. But all in all, a good night. Both carts going to run good, and it'll be a fun year.
Well, look at that. He won a race. I didn't even know, because you know why? I don't really care. I don't get paid enough to be here, so yeah.
If you want to.
We'll go back to the Millbridge Speedway for the Grassy Run Farms Milltona 50. We're expecting an action-packed event filled with thrills, spills, and heart-pounding moments, so sit back, buckle up, and get ready for the ride of your life. The Milltona 50 is about to begin. Drivers getting ready to start this race. I'm going to pick last year's champion, Chris Bailey. He's starting 13th, but I think he's got a shot to win it. Who you guys got?
Man, I like Mark Ellis. He's been strong tonight. He was running up front already. He's got a good shot.
And I definitely got to pick Joey Gase. He was the pole winner, starting 6th via the invert. Got the speed, got the talent. He's my guy tonight.
I want to thank Grassy Run Farms for the sponsorship of tonight's race. And guys, let me tell you something about Grassy Run Farms. They have got a lot of stuff going on. Actually, it is April 5th. They will have an online bull and female sale. And some of the cows, man, I've been looking at them online. Not sure if my browser history will be okay with that. But I'm checking out this beautiful Churchill sensation, Roll Tide. Amber, she's a little red. She might be a little freaky. I think we can get a lot of stuff done here. This is a beautiful cow. And you know what? That's why I'm picking this cow for that auction going on April 5th. Who do you guys have? I know there's some beautiful cows out there.
Well, Hillary Clinton is not going to be up for auction, believe it or not. But I'm taking this fine miss, the Grassy Run Super Sport. I'm not sure you're going to get that milk out of this one that you're expecting, but she's a lady sport, if you know what I mean.
Jay-Z, I know you've looked at this. You've analyzed it. I know your calculator was smoking, doing all these numbers down here. I don't even know what those numbers mean, but I know that you've got a special cow picked out from Grassy Run Farms. Who is the cow that you have, and what do you think?
It's actually this next slide right here. It's a empire. It's a dynasty. This is the graining on this meat will be impeccable. When you cut it up on the inside, you won't really notice it's special. It won't look the same. But you grill it, you get that sear on the outside, little salt and pepper, right to that perfect medium rare, and it will be a beautiful specimen for you and your family to enjoy.
You got that 14 marbling just like AJ Foyt.
I'll tell you what, I'm bricked up for that auction April 5th, the bull and female sale at Grassy Run Farms. I want to thank Grassy Run Farms for their sponsorship. They may not thank us after the video comes out, but we want to thank them for the sponsorship of tonight's D&Q Milltona 50. Let's go down and talk to our pole sitter, who will be starting 6th.
We're dialed. Down here with Joey Gase, about to fire off the Milltona 50, starting, I don't know, 6. You were on the pole, got the invert. There was an invert. You should have sandbagged. But how you feeling?
Feeling good. First cup start, just having fun. We got duct tape numbers on it. Started to work on it about 20 minutes before we went to the racetrack, and having fun.
Well, those are the best kinds, when you just pull the shit box out of the garage and fires up and you go P1. So, I mean, it's going to be a shit show for sure, but you got 50 laps to kind of settle in. Is tire management going to come into factor here?
I'm just hoping I don't fall out of seat. I'm a little worried I get pit stop, helping me out here, but we should be good. It's a long go-kart race.
That is a long go-kart race. I'm going to fall asleep in the tower probably by halfway, so I think we're going to have to get somebody else to do the interviews. But Joey Gase, good luck. 50 laps, don't fall out of the seat.
Thanks, Casey. He did. He threw in a pit stop. I know he did.
50 laps here for the Grassy Run Farms Milltona 50. What's going through these guys' heads right now, Bill? I know you've run this race before.
Yeah, they're really nervous right now. They're trying not to screw up lap 1. You can't win it on lap 1, but you can sure lose it. Chris Bailey, watch for that number 4 to be there at the end.
Experimental setup, JZ. He said he was looking for long run speed. Do you think that'll work out for him?
I think it will. If it's fast on lap 1, it'll be fast on the last lap too. We talked about how this track isn't really transitioning as quickly as it will in the summer. So we just hope that those sipes aren't a little too sensitive, that the tire doesn't overheat, and he's got some good long run speed here with these Hoosiers.
Well, speaking of experimental setups, JZ, let's head to the tech garage right before this race starts, and let's talk about tread width and wheel offset in the front tires.
Yeah, it's huge. It controls how quickly the weight transfers. The farther you move that left front out to the outside, to the left, the more that left front's going to dig. It's almost like putting positive camber in there, right? Same thing with moving that right front out. It just controls the geometry and how that chassis tilts when you turn the steering wheel, controlling that mechanical jack and helping you move. Typically, these dirt oval guys will want to have that left front all the way in, the right front maybe out a little bit. We'll have to see. On top of that is controlling your bite here. And this graphic's walking us through the width, the tread width of the tire. The wider the tire you have, the more bite you're going to get, and you'll have some more speed.
Always good to take a look at that tech garage and see the actual things that go on with these carts before these guys ever get to the racetrack. And most of those adjustments, Bill, are done when they're drunk in the garage.
100%. We will definitely see a left rear fly off. Almost guaranteed any night of TNQ racing. No such thing as a checklist, but there are such things as empty beer bottles.
Yes, all right. Pole award given to tonight's fastest qualifier is Joey Gase with a 12.936. However, due to the invert, he will start 6th. That'll put Tyler Sandmeyer on the pole with Brad Lyon on the outside.
Number 2, Mike Cajarino and Levi Hurley.
Row 3, Joey Gase and the bad kitty Adam Welch.
Mickey Roop and Curtis Markham will be in the next row.
Row number 6, Mark Ellis and Harvey Weinstein.
Matt Moat and Dylan Latour in the next row.
Chris Bailey and Kyle Beaton.
Nick Beatty and Derek Hale.
J.R. Norris in the 151 and Chris Minogue in the 16.
Escape Pool Cup Series. Clones. Flat carts. Game on, baby. And this is a 50 lapper, so one of the most elite races out there. The Avenger electric one-man kart stand in-car camera will be Dylan Latour. Now, Tyler Sandmeyer, somebody you guys know very well, will be starting on the pole. He's an up-and-comer here. Had a rookie season last year, won a B main at one point, but now he's pretty quick, and he's going to start from the lead of the field here. He's going to lead him for the 50-lap race. And tell me a little bit more about Sandmeyer as he leads his field.
Yeah, Sandman raced a lot of Gold Cup. Definitely comfortable up front. Definitely comfortable up front here in the DNQ series as he runs whoever's in that cart down to the mud, just like a leader should. Very laid back. You see it barely turning the sternum wheel there. See, I mean, that thing looks fast so far. Let's just hope that thing's got some long run speed in it also.
And Jay-Z, what I want to point out is the guys who are really good at racing go-karts, they may struggle when they come to the treaded Hoosiers, but eventually they're going to have it figured out, and they're going to probably figure it out faster than everybody else.
Yeah, it just comes down to experience. You know what I mean? If you've got 10,000 laps in a different type of racing discipline and you were good at it, obviously your ass can tell what's going on with a race car when you're sitting in it. So when you come to DNQ, you get those treads on there. It takes you a couple of weeks, but 3-4 races in, you're going to get it dialed in as he's under pressure from the bad kitty, Adam Welch. He gets the P1, but Tyler Sandmeyer feeds him the right rear, makes some room. He's underneath. He retains the lead as they head into one.
Very big battling going on as Levi Hurley in the black 26 there. Brad Lyon faded a little bit from that start, but doing a good job as well. But, man, these top three up here are battling it out. And you know what, Bill? You see that aero situation with the cart right packing, taking all the air away from the right side of the 71. It made it really hard for him to pass.
Yeah, definitely. Those things, when they get that close together, they get really aero loose or aero tight, depending on which side you're on. As Sandman's trying to use that to his advantage right there. You see him sneak up on the left rear, try to pack some air on there, take that side force away on the left side, dump some air over on the spoiler and drag him back. But just like we were talking about earlier, that 12 machine had some really good fire off speed. Watch for that with a 5 to go caution, but lacking some long run speed.
You know, I wonder if he just doesn't have enough washers underneath that spindle. That nose was perfect on takeoff. But as those pressures build, he's getting a little bit too much air underneath there. It's floating the nose a little bit as you see him push off a 2, and he's just losing that setup, based on the nose height there and not enough downforce.
Yeah, but we're looking at it right now with Levi Hurley and Adam Welsh battling it out here for the lead. Sandmeyer's able to creep back into those DMs and get towards the front one more time.
It goes down in the DM.
They're punching a big hole in the air, allowing him to use that draft to sneak back up onto the back bumper of that 26 car as Bad Kitty's out front right now. We've seen him not run so good earlier in the night. I wonder if he's taken all of that knowledge from not only his car but the rest of his team to pilot in this Milltona 50 cart, and obviously it's working out for him.
I think this is the year we see Adam Welsh win the championship in the Cup Series. He's been so close in the past. And I think we're starting to see a new Adam Welsh, little less Coors Light, little more discipline. I know it's a very long year and this is only the first race, but I think he's turned over a new leaf. He's got the skullet going on, and I think he's ready to battle as he is actually doing a very good job battling side by side here with Levi Hurley.
I don't know if it's ever been a matter of talent with the Bad Kitty. The problem is he'll be leading, get roughed up a little bit, and lose his effing cool and get tangled up with the guy running third or fourth and barely finish the race. You know what I mean? If he can stay up front and keep his cool when things don't go his way and still hang on to that second, third, fourth place finish, I think he wins the championship by a couple hundred points. He'll do well.
Definitely like a cat, pet me but don't touch me kind of a situation there. So the Bad Kitty living up to his name. And you see, Mark Ellis and that second pack of carts, they're not out of this thing either with the 5 to go caution. But anybody past that pack totally missed the setup, and they may as well just go out here and ride out and bang boards for about 15th.
Yeah, that second pack is doing a really good job of saving their tires, just running enough pace. They know as long as they don't get lapped, everything's going to be okay. You know, they're really kind of tuning in their setup and all that sort of stuff, adjusting those shocks with the onboard shock adjusters we run here at DNQ. So they're just pacing, waiting it out. Can't change tires during this race. So they're going to be good to go here at the end as we go on board with Dylan Latour, who can't see anything right now.
Yeah, you want to know what it's like if you don't have visor tear-offs. This is what it's like as we go to that action. Kind of about the mid-pack. Dylan Latour, a rookie here on the Cup circuit, and he is doing a pretty good job there towards the middle of the field as there's something called lap traffic that we're getting ready to see, and that Ukraine flag is being flown at this gaggle of carts right in front of these three guys. And I don't know what's going to happen here, but I think Zelensky's going to have a speech here in about 5 minutes telling me he needs about $3 more billion.
Speak about sponsorship.
Here we go. We got about 5 of them lined up. Ukraine flag flying like crazy. Here they come. This is where it gets interesting. Who can work through the lap traffic better than the other ones?
I forgot we called it the Ukraine flag. No, that one got me good. Well, there's definitely probably some money being laundered in the pits of the DNQ series, but that's beside the fact as we go on board here with the Bad Kitty slicing and dicing his way through traffic, but still under heavy fire from second place.
And that allowed Brad Lyon to get involved in here. Now we got a 4-horse race. Sandmeyer's still involved, so these guys got through traffic a little bit better than the leader. And then we got Jailbaity out front here, and he's trying to hold it off, and that opens the door for Levi Hurley as Welsh moved him out of the way. And we've got a battle here for the lead with 4 carts.
I can't believe the Bad Kitty can hang on the outside like that. That cart is freaking hooked up right now. It boggles my mind that when he was leading, he couldn't pull away from the rest of the field the way he could hang on the right rear corner of
Levi Hurley.
Levi Hurley hurling around the track in turns 1 and 2. He's starting to open up a gap as Sandmeyer starts to put pressure on the Bad Kitty. We got a hell of a race brewing, boys.
Don't look now. Mark Ellis is about to be the 5th cart involved in this battle. If these guys keep beating and banging, he's still got some left traffic to come through as he ships Harvey Weinstein off to the corner there. Man, this Cup Series, ultra competitive and really good to watch. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This race has been very good for a 50-lapper so far.
There's a lot of talent out there on the racetrack, just like Cheetah Lounge on busy Atlanta Saturday night. And we go on board. This was some guy that I pointed out earlier, Chris Bailey, in that 4-car. Here he is, end of the race, creeping his way right back up, knows how to save his tires. That long run speed might be paying off.
He just got lapped.
Boo.
Don't call me out like that.
Well, you know what? The action's hot on the racetrack. Let's go ahead and take a break up here so we can have a drink. Let's go ahead and crank it up, DNQ style. Hope you enjoyed that Crank It Up as much as we did up here in the booth, having a couple cocktails, enjoying the Millbird Speedway here in Salisbury, North Carolina. Jeremy and Ashley run a great establishment here, and we're lucky to be a part of it and be a part of this race. As a Grassy Run Farms Milltona 50, the 9th annual race. Who would have thought after the first one we would do this at least 9 times?
Someone's smoking more than one of those beautiful cows we were talking about after I put on my 4-burner gas grill Weber. getting that perfect sear. We'll see if they can continue on here as we're ready to go for a 5 to go.
Here we go, the Grassy Run Farms, Milltona 50, getting ready to run the last 5 laps in the closing stages, and this is where it's put up or shut up time, Bill, and we're going to see who's got them on the table and who just doesn't have it anymore.
Bad Kitty trying to make the top work, can't quite do it. He puts the RuPaul on him, the crossover, it goes back to the bottom. Bad Kitty able to make it stick.
Brad Line was hit sideways. That opens the door for Mark Ellis, who is now in the 3rd position, as I don't know what the hell is going on in the back of that field, but there's 70 carts about 5 wide all the way back. As Levi Hurley and Adam Welsh are battling it out. Man, this is a great battle, as we've got one around in 3 and 4. That is Dylan Latour. He's going to go for a spin, bring out the caution, and his neck roll is laying on the racetrack. His neck fell off. Let's take a look at this again in his in-car camera. The Avenger Electric one-man kart stands. Yeah, just, Chris Bailey shit-canned him there. His neck flew off. Man, what do you do here? Welsh took the outside for this restart. Interesting, JZ. I know you said it looked better.
I don't know. Hurley's got a hell of a hog on that go-kart. You could watch him close up. Oh, his Bad Kitty loses his temper, turns hard left, intimidates Hurley with that contact there, manages to work out. He's got the lead heading to 3. Hurley's on the inside, feeds him the right front fender. He leads the lap as they come to the line. White flag out, 1 to go.
Levi Hurley is squeaking away from Adam Welsh. Welsh gets the run on the back stretch. Levi Hurley comes down the front stretch, and he fails engine tech for an illegal cam, giving the win to Adam Welsh. Let's go down and talk.
The mic's the track mic's on.
Oh,
so PG. But not sure I've seen somebody handle win away quite like that before. What are you feeling right now? Major dejection, I imagine.
Yeah, when we were leading, I was just letting him ride the bottom, and I was just kind of riding in the middle there, and I had more, but it wasn't worth going, and it started getting tight. I don't know if it was the motor getting tight or the cart started binding up, but it started losing RPM there on the exit of the corner, and we'll just call it got tight. We didn't have enough air or something, and I just built it Saturday, so it is what it is.
What is it with you guys? You had all off season to work on a cart, and you wait until like 6 hours before you're like, oh man, the Milltona 50's here. I need to put my stuff together.
Well, so we had everything loaded up for Milltona, and we stayed up until probably 12:30 to be loaded up for Milltona, and it got rained out. But we knew if we didn't load, it wouldn't rain. So we were all ready to go, and then we built everything pretty much brand new. But with Millbridge season starting and every other box stock series starting, and we're going to St. Louis and DeCoin and everything with my nephew, other stuff is more important than our own. So customers come first, we come last. It's normally 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. A beer breaks out and a chassis gets built. It is what it is.
Well, he definitely put himself last today, chose the top, let Levi Hurley take it. I'm disappointed for you.
Cleared him.
Whoa. If you cleared him, you'd be standing where he is, buddy. P2,
whatever.
first loser, right here.
This is the 1-2 V5, and the 2V is for DJ.
It's for DJ Vanderlei. Okay, so we gotta keep this one locked in. We can't be joking around too much. Good to see DJ Vanderlei's name back here at Millbridge. Prayers up to the home dog. We miss him. Hope he's doing okay, for real. But hard fought battle to get this thing P3.
Yeah, first, God is great. Gives me the ability to come out here and do this with these guys. Can't thank Hunt Brothers Pizza enough for coming on board and helping me out, helping everybody out a ton. And just these guys are good, and you got to raise the bar and you have to meet their standards as well. And we're chasing Adam around out here, and he's just as good as anybody else. And tough fought race for sure. It was a long one. I'm glad it went caution free as long as it did. It was good racing, and just looking forward to the next one. See what we can do.
With 45 laps, I feel like the Hunt Brothers Pizza started crawling its way up every lap. I mean, was it a war of attrition out there or what?
It was actually going down because I was getting so hungry fighting out there. I'm ready for like 4 more slices.
Well, it's a good thing he's got the sponsor P3 tonight for Mark Ellis.
Thanks, guys.
Escape Pool Cup Series feature final results. Adam Welsh passes the tire test, had a full engine teardown, and we got done with that teardown at 1 a.m. after we found out that Levi Hurley's cam was not correct. It was illegal. You cannot run the cam that he had.
The Biden campaign, is that where we learned to cheat like
Yeah,
that?
maybe. Mail-in ballots were found inside of his engine, and he is illegal. So that will give the win to Adam Welsh. Mark Ellis.
Unverified signatures.
Yeah, Mark Ellis and the Hunt Brothers machine will finish second. And the driver I want to highlight here, Mekhi Harshaw, great run for a top 5 here.
Yeah, he definitely broke
Bravo
out
to
of
that
the
young man.
back of the pack and made his way up into the top 5. Finished right behind my pick for the win, Joey Gase. Beat Tyler Sandman Sandmeyer, Father Time, Curtis Markham. Lots of big names that he beat.
Yeah, excuse me. Mekhi's been fighting around in the back for a long time, and it's good to see him get that top 5. He could see the leader get that sniff of success. Hopefully that's the taste of the front he needed to take that next step and start challenging on the podium and eventually get a win here in 2023 in Escape Pool Cleaning Cup Series competition.
Let's take a look at the Carolina Racing Supply Dash Series. Campolonia gets his first win, and Blaine Donahue really close, knocking on the door pretty hard to get that win. And we're going to highlight Dan Marak with a nice top 5 finish. He's struggled so far, but it's good to see him back in the top 5.
Yeah, I was just talking about my boy Brian Shaw, right where he should be, middle of the pack, strictly average. There's nothing wrong with that. You're still better than 50% of the people out there. Again, Donahue, very close to a win. Campolonia just had a little bit more at the end there as they were fighting through lap traffic. A hell of a race to watch. The fans definitely got their money's worth out of it.
Nowhere.us Bush Series. Kidwell takes home the win. Reimer second. Jensen third. Jeremy Murphy, the highlighted driver. And who you were just talking about, Jay-Z, Brian Shaw, we took his exhaust off. Illegal. Had holes on both sides of the pipe. He's going to be fined $200 and suspended for a race. Unfortunate for him. We won't be able to talk about him next race video. However, he will be DQ'd for the race as well. But good run for Thomas Markham and our past national champion, Alex Lacanata.
Yeah, Lacanata again started way back in the soup, fought his way through, used up that beautiful gold body, that gold deuce that he runs, and got a top 5. I'm pretty sure he had speed, top 3. It was just such a hassle there with that 5 to go. Couldn't make it happen, but again, good for Kidwell, just hurting on everybody. It was a clinic out there.
Fit Stop Performance USAC Series. Chafee takes the win. Royce second. Contarino third. Brent Cruz, the highlighted driver. Like we said, this kid's going to be a household name here in about 10 years, and he did a great job tonight in the house cart.
Yeah, sure did. I mean, that cart's really run like a bucket of you-know-what here lately, and he put it in the top 5. I mean, he ran that cart better than Timmy Nye. There's a couple other good guys that have run that thing that, hell, Nye couldn't even make the race. Brett Cruz put it in the top 5.
Yeah, he did great. I mean, Fit Stop Performance has to be absolutely tickled to death with the number of entries in the class tonight. It was a really good show. People fighting for the lead. Charlie Kingan finished 6th. We were making fun of him for whiskey driving, whiskey throttle, tipping himself over there in the middle of the race and fought his way back to 6th. Good recovery for him. Little disappointed in Mike Melton only managing a 9th. He's won DNQ races in the past. I expect a little bit more out of him. Probably just an off night because of the weather, the new dirt. When summertime rolls around, hopefully he'll be back next month and he'll be better.
Let's take a look at the Auto Lumen Repair Pro Cup Series. Kidwell again, the Iceman in second. Highlighted driver though, gotta be Alex Kirk here. It's his second DNQ start. Great top 5 finish for him.
I want to know where he goes to eat ribs.
Fuck yeah. I bet she gets that spicy barbecue sauce on them too, you know what I mean? He ain't afraid to lick his fingers in the middle of a restaurant. He's a real American, real thoroughbred, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love you. Alex, we love you, man. We're rooting for you. One ex-Gold Cup driver to another. I hope you get it done today. You get a W this season. But again, that Kid Little Alliance, Iceman gave him a good handle, but that Kid Little Alliance was just too good this week with these current track conditions. Man, they put it hurting on everybody. Noise with a good run. Crossthread Smith, 6th place, improving. We used to joke about him, being the boat anchor in the back, but he's picking it up.
Yeah, between him and Stephen Broy, I don't know what the hell is going on.
They're transitioning to the front.
Transitioning to the front. That's the correct transition that you want to make. Well, I want to thank you guys very much for joining us for this Milltona 50. Once again, we're going to have a 10th one next year. 10 years of the Milltona 50. I'd have never even thought this would get past 2. So I want to thank all you guys for helping build the D&Q series and being a part of it.
It's been great. It's been a great ride. D&Q is growing and growing and growing. We're sending people home that don't make the A main every single month. It's an excellent series. Great partners like Escape Pool Cleaning, Pit Stop Performance, Grassy Run Farms, everyone else.
Carolina
Bill
Racing Supply.
Yeah, Carolina Racing Supply. Who else am I forgetting?
There's so
many great partners.
There's even ones that we haven't even mentioned yet till the playoffs start for the D&Q series. TNT Canopies, B2B Paint Solutions, sponsor of the Rookie of the Year, Shipworks LLC, Transport and Expediting, Hoosier Tire, Karasee's Photography. So many names that are just part of this, and we just want to thank all of them. Grassy Run Farms, Nowhere.us. Thank you guys so much for the support of this series, and we hope you enjoy the satire comedy. That is what D&Q is all about, racing and satire.
Yep. Can't wait for the next one, and everybody get your stuff together. SKE looking at you. Do better. John Kinder, don't rest on your laurels.
We're going to go ahead and transition to bed, so we want to thank you guys for watching this race and hope you guys enjoy the video. We'll see you at the next race here.
Season.